And on the 8th day, God looked down on his planned paradise and said, I need a caretaker. So God made a farmer.
Howdy folks, Darren back with you here at Cross Timbers Farm. Welcome to 8th Day Chronicles. We cut our test plot on Monday. We tedded it on a Tuesday. Today is Thursday. And so we cut late Monday evening. So, yeah, I mean, you had overnight Monday, but during the night, you're not gonna get much dry down. We had Tuesday, Wednesday, and today's Thursday. We've had sun and temperatures in the around 70 each day. It's drying down good. We've tedded it, and I think we're getting ready to run the tedder over it again, very gently, and then we're going to rake it and possibly bale it this evening. It's about 11:30 a.m. and the thing is, if we had a forecast that was going to be good, and man, the gnats are terrible out here. If we had a forecast that was going to be good, I would wait and bale this tomorrow on Friday, give it 4 full days. However, our weather forecast is all week long for Thursday, today, it's been giving just like a roller coaster, up and down rain chances. One time you look at it, the rain chances are slim to none. Then the next time you look at it, a few hours later, it's up to 40%. And the closer you get, the little better you can gauge it. But they're still saying some rain this evening, late this evening into tonight. So we're probably going to need to bale this. And it's looking really good. The legumes in it look good. There's a little bit of stem that I'm a little concerned about that's not dried down quite as good as it should. Like right here. Here's a stem of orchard grass, you can see. And nice orchard grass, by the way, nice leaves. However, if you look at the stem down here, up here, can you hear that? The stem up top is very crunchy. However, if you go down the stem, and some of it's so dry it just fell off. If you go down the stem a little bit, it's still pretty moist. We're going to kick it with a tedder. I'm going to kick it as gentle as I can. Normally, I think that if I had my choice, man, this is some good hay. If the weather was clear for the next several days and no chance of any rain, I think I would just leave this for another day. I'd ted it over, get it spread out, flipped around a little bit to dry a little better, and I'd leave this till tomorrow to bale. However, I think the weather, the good Lord's telling us we better bale it this evening because it's liable to rain today, or tonight. So we're gonna jump back on the Kubota and give this test plot another flipping around and spreading it out a little bit. We're gonna be real gentle with it. We're probably gonna ted it on a very low RPM on the PTO. And then we're gonna hook up the rake. Okay, folks, you can see an idea, and I don't know if this is going to work. We took 2 of our rake wheels off, as you can see here. The 2 back wheels would have went right here, leaving only the front 2. The reason behind this is this little 2/10 of an acre test plot is so small, and the straightways that you can rake are so short. Last year when we raked it with all 4 wheels, you'd literally just get going and get your windrow straight and use at the end. And trying to get turned with the 4-wheel rake and all that in such a small area. And I'm sure there's some folks out there, we've probably got some viewers that bale lots of small paddocks. They go from one small paddock to another and bale it up, and using a big rake. And a 4-wheel rake's not a big rake. We're talking small scale haying equipment here. For a little 2/10 of an acre test plot, I found that all 4 wheels is a little much. They make 2-wheel rakes for little small tractors and small acreage, and we've took 2 of them off. We can still use our rake in our main hay fields where we can make nice long windrows. But for these little short ones, we're going to try using only 2. I don't know if this is going to work. I think it will. I'm wondering if my two wheels that I left on should be back here instead of at the front. I don't know. This is trial and error. We're going to try this. We're going to try raking with just the 2 front wheels and see what happens. I think it'll make, this hay is really thick, so it'll make nice smaller windrows for our mini round baler. And I think I'm going to be able to maneuver it better in this small test plot. Man, last year with these 4, by the time you got down to the end, you just get started and you'd have to turn and try to get turned without hitting the fence with these back wheels, and it's just really tight quarters. So we're going to try it with just 2. We've got our fingers crossed and we're going to see what happens. 2 off for our little small paddocks and use only 2. And then when we move to larger hay fields, we can put the other 2 back on. The wheels are pretty easy to put on and off. We've done greased everything on our rake. It's ready to go. It's a matter of putting 6 bolts in each wheel and nuts. Set the wheel up on there and put the bolt and the nuts to them and torque them down, and it's ready to go. Changing the wheels on and off is pretty simple. So we got our fingers crossed that this works on this little small 2/10 of an acre. This hay looks fantastic. It's horse quality, goat quality, and I still say there's no such thing as goat quality hay being poor hay. Good hay is good hay, and you need to feed good hay to your animals. This is good hay, and I'm hoping that this little 2-wheel setup is going to be perfect for these little small paddocks. If it does, fantastic. I don't, being able to take 2 wheels off and just go with 2, I think it's going to work. But we're going to try it. I think our hay is really close. Let's give it the old twist test. So it's springing back out fairly good. It's close. I'm a little concerned it's still a little too green. Give it a few more hours. This may be a raking and baling a project for tomorrow, and keep our fingers crossed and pray to the good Lord we don't get rain tonight. But if we do, it's meant to be. So I think for now we're going to give it a little while. I came back out here to the farm just a few minutes ago with anticipation of starting to rake, and You know, I see a lot of folks raking to dry, and I understand that to a point. You're picking that hay up and rolling it, but then you're getting it from being unspread from drying. I don't quite understand the concept of raking to dry it. Raking it into windrows is just clumping it back up to where it's not getting dry as good. Of course, it's maybe pushing it up to where wind could maybe move through it a little bit, but I think if you just leave it spread out, you're better off. And don't rake until you're right ready to bale. I think raking into windrows hinders drying somewhat. I think you're better off just to leave it spread out, but in my rookie opinion. But in any event, we're gonna wait till maybe tomorrow. We'll check it later this evening. It's getting up in the day. We ain't gonna be able to wait a whole lot longer. We're just gonna have to cancel for today, but we'll give it a look a little while later. But for now, I think we're gonna wait. Thanks for being with us, and we'll bring you along as we rake it and bale it. And like I said, our main hay fields, we're about 2 weeks away, week and a half at the minimum from cutting that. So we're gonna have plenty more to do. So thanks for being with us here, and we'll bring you, like I said, we'll bring you back as we rake and bale whenever that may be. God bless, and hope you and your family have a good evening.